Hi yoga teachers, welcome to Start Your Yoga Biz. I'm Leah and I feel like I haven't made one of these little tutorial type videos for a long time, mainly because I haven't. And with everything that's happened with the coronavirus pandemic, I had to focus on getting my teaching business online, as I'm sure everyone else did. So I took a little step back from Start Your Yoga Biz, but I'm back now. So with everything that's been happening and yoga teachers shifting their business online and connections that I've had with some of you, people talking a lot about not feeling very confident or just feeling a bit awkward in front of the camera, not really knowing what to do, I thought I would start to direct all of my tutorials and blogs towards that. So if that might be of any use for you, I've linked a few bits down below. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about how to feel a little bit more confident in front of the camera. So whether you are currently live streaming videos or maybe you are recording and uploading videos, there are a few little steps you can take to make sure that you feel, if not confident, then just a little less awkward. And first of all, remember, it doesn't matter if you feel awkward. It doesn't matter if you feel uncomfortable. Most people do in front of a camera. I know I've been in front of a camera since I was like 19 or 20 when I was a dancer, and I've been making fitness and yoga videos for years and years and years, and I still have days where I just look back on the footage and I think, why have I done that? So no matter how long you've been making videos, no matter how often you do it, there are still going to be those times, or even every time, where you just feel a little bit crappy. So just accept that and move through it. Also take into consideration that in both studio and online classes or recordings, you are not going to and do not have to appeal to everyone. There are going to be people that just don't really catch your vibe, and it's not a big deal. I know I've received feedback from different emails and articles that I've written from people saying, well, just being quite rude really, and saying that the information wasn't helpful and that they weren't really sure why they'd signed up to my mailing list and stuff like that. And I've always just responded, please unsubscribe if this isn't for you. Like, this is me, this is how I teach, this is how I coach, and FYI, it's free. So yeah, even if you receive any bad feedback or you just feel like you're not appealing to the majority of people, it doesn't matter. The people that you are going to appeal to are going to love what you produce. All right, so getting down to the nitty-gritty. Firstly, very important, make sure that you're teaching what you are very comfortable and confident in teaching. Now is not the time to start branching out and teaching lots of different classes that you wouldn't usually teach. So make sure that the subjects that you are knowledgeable in are what you are teaching your classes in. Again, whether that's a live stream or whether it's an upload, make sure that you feel comfortable and confident in the style and what you are teaching. For example, I love a powerful vinyasa kind of flow class. I really like teaching flowy movements. This wouldn't be a time for me to start saying, right, I'm going to appeal to everyone that also wants to take restorative or yin classes and put a ton of those up online for people to book, because I wouldn't feel confident, I wouldn't feel comfortable teaching that, and it's not my style. Now is not the time to start branching out and trying to appeal to a load of different people just to get them onto your classes. As always, we're just focusing on our target audience. So either maintaining the client base you already have, or if you are starting to build your client base, then knowing who your target audience are and making sure that your classes are planned and advertised accordingly. If you don't have a genuine passion and you're not teaching from your heart, then it's going to really stand out to your students. It's going to show you up, and that's when you're going to start feeling uncomfortable because you don't feel very, very confident in what you are teaching. So stick to what you know and you love, and you will attract your client base and feel comfortable doing it. Secondly is make sure that you plan and practice or run through what you are going to teach. Even if that means you record yourself doing it or you talk it through as you're doing it. I find a lot of the time when I'm running through my class plans for the day, I'm going over and over in my head what I'm going to say, the little cues that I want to use while I'm teaching, and I always keep my class plans with me. I have a notebook, I don't write it on my iPad or anything, I have my notebook, and I always have my notebook at the side of my mat. So it's actually actually quite handy with the way that you can angle your camera. So if you don't want those things on show, they don't need to be on show. But I always have my notebook with me, even when I'm teaching workshops, retreats, classes, whatever. I take my plan with me because I don't want to suddenly get a bit of a brain fart and then not know what's happening, and to start stumbling over my words. So I always keep my plan with me. So don't even feel like you can't do that. Take your plan, practice it, have it in class with you, run it through, and feel really confident in the program that you're teaching. This goes back to what I've just said. If you're starting to teach things that you wouldn't usually teach just because you think it will appeal to people who are coming to take new classes with you, you're going to stumble over it. You're not going to seem as if you're teaching from your heart. There'll be no particular passion behind it. So stick with what you know, practice it, run it through, make sure it works in your camera angle, and then when you're teaching, you're going to feel more confident that it's coming across well to your student. And lastly is your appearance. Now, I'm not talking full hair and makeup. If that's not you, do what you're comfortable with, but make sure that how you present yourself is smart, for one, and also you feel comfortable in how you appear on camera. Make sure that your clothes are fitting well for what you're about to teach. If you feel like your top is going to move around, tuck it into your yoga pants, or just wear something more form-fitting. Particularly if you're teaching flow classes, you might not want a baggier top that's going to flip over your head or give you any kind of issues while you're teaching. Oh, hang on a minute, the cat needs to go out. Go on then. Bye. Okay, so make sure that what you are wearing is going to serve what you are trying to express with your movement. Make sure you're not going to feel uncomfortable in your clothes. No one really likes looking back on footage of themselves, right? So just do your best with what you've got. Make sure you feel smart and you feel presentable. You don't have to put your makeup on, you don't have to do your hair, but maybe brush your hair and iron your top. Just make sure that you look professional. Another thing you can think about with regards to appearance as well is how the lighting falls on you. So, I know when everyone's taking a selfie or you're getting a picture, you're making sure the light is in the right place. No one wants to look at their face like when you're looking back on camera and see blemishes and lines and everything that we're trying to pretend is not there. So if you're not into putting makeup on and stuff like that, then you can check how you're lit to make you feel a bit more comfortable in your appearance as well. So for example, a really nice way to light the room and make sure that it's well lit to be able to present your movement is to have a light behind your camera. So you can put the light on behind your camera. You can always leave everything in front of your camera kind of cozy if you want to use fairy lights and candles and stuff like that. As long as you light from behind, you're still going to present everything in front of the camera really nicely. If you are teaching more up close like this, face to face, then you definitely want to have the light again behind you or coming in on kind of a side angle so that you're well lit. So I'll just show you, for example, the light here, I'm using natural light because it's only early in the afternoon. So you can see how the light's coming in. I will get slightly more light on this face, but it's no big deal. You can edit that out if you want to. If I now change the lighting, I'm going to show you two other points in this room so you can see the difference in the skin tone. So I'm going to bring the light right behind my head and my face now. And you'll notice it's really quite flattering. It will just blow out any markings that you have on your face. So that's something to take into consideration when you take a selfie also. But if I turn it around the other way and I bring my face right in front of the light, it's not too bad today because it's afternoon, but you can see it gives me more of a shadow. If I move right into the light, it's going to show up every little thing on my face that I probably don't want to see. Anyway, oops, let me just readjust. Okay, yes, so lighting is a massive one to take into consideration, especially for anyone who does feel a little self-conscious with skin and things like that, because I know it's not nice to look back on old footage and think like, oh, why did I do that? Or why did I have my hair that way? Or why did I wear that top that wasn't quite working out? So just practice and run it through. Take half an hour before your class or half an hour before you film, if you're filming an upload, just to have a little run through, make sure that your clothing works, make sure you feel presentable, make sure the lighting is good for both you to feel comfortable and for your students to be able to fully appreciate your class and what's going on. And I'm just gonna leave it there today and say, remember that the content that you're putting out for your students or potential new students is out of love, okay? So if anyone kind of gives you a bit of a backlash, if they don't like what you're producing, if they get a little bit critical, or if people are rude to you, it doesn't matter. Try not to give too many shits about other people's opinions, otherwise it's going to really bring you down when you receive 1 or 2 maybe negative comments. You probably won't, but I'm just saying, just in case. So I hope that was a little bit helpful for you. As I said in the beginning, I'm going to link a couple of articles down below that might also help you if you're starting out with your online process now. If it was helpful, please do give me a little like, a little thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. So best of luck with making your videos and streaming your online classes, and I hope you're happy and healthy and safe, and please stay home. See you later, bye.